Welcome to Golden Isles TV. I'm your host, Avery Brooks, and we're here with Vanessa Booker for the City of Brunswick in the Recreation Department and City Manager Regina McDuffie. How are you today? How's everybody?
Well,
I'm
well,
well.
thank you.
Good. Well, we do the city show every month with the city manager, Ms. McDuffie, and it goes well. There's so much information, but sometimes she brings in somebody, and today we're so glad that you're here, Ms. Booker, and we can't wait just to ask you all about recreation. I know this is new at the city, something they've had a while ago and are sort of instituting a new program. If you could just talk about that and what your role is and all of that.
Okay. Okay. So I am Vanessa Booker. I am not new to the city, nor I'm not new to recreation, but I am excited to have gotten the chance to be able to come back and be the city's new recreation director, coming back to reestablish the recreation program. So we are excited. We will officially get take over on September the 5th. So we're excited about that. We will have an exciting grand opening on September the 9th at Harold Coffin Park. That time will be 10 till 2. And it's just going to be a big fun day for everyone to be able to come out and just enjoy some of the different events that we will have. So we are looking forward to that. And then after that, we are excited about starting our very first sports program back, and that will be basketball. And so we'll start registering for that October the 1st through October the 31st. So that's going to be the first thing that we dive into. So we're excited about that.
That's great. No, we're so excited to hear about this, and I'm glad you did clarify the basketball is up first. Um, so tell me a couple things. Let's talk about the park itself and some of the changes. Are there changes? What can we expect that's new, I guess, at the park?
Okay. Well, and I know you recently heard that Ms. McDuffie and our assistant city manager, Mr. Burquest, they have ventured out and got us a huge grant for $2.1 million. And so when you say, is there anything going to be new? We are looking for everything on the outside of the park to be new, from our fields, our grass areas. We will have signs, just different, a lot of different things in the park, new lights. So we're really excited about that. So when we say we are coming back a lot bigger, we're going to come back a lot stronger and a lot better with our facilities outside. So, and I think for one thing, facilities are very important to our community. And so when they see everything new outside, basketball goals and everything to that nature, they're definitely going to be excited and definitely be on board for city recreation being back.
Yes, that's exciting. So not just one new thing, but everything new. So very
Yes,
exciting. Yeah, very
yes,
exciting.
ma'am.
And okay, so you said September 5th is sort of opening day, if you will, right? And then basketball.
Well, September the 5th is actually the day that we will actually take over. It'll actually be city recreation back at Howard Coughlin Park. So September the 9th, which is the Saturday, that's when we will do our grand opening.
Okay, okay,
Yes.
awesome. Yes. Well, Ms. McDuffie, do you want to add anything to that?
Well, I think Director Booker covered everything. I think sometimes she doesn't tell how much she contributes to recreation. As she said, she was with Recreation of the City before, and she has been in recreation for over 30 years with the wealth of experience, with a lot of connections to the community. And that was one of the things we were excited about, was once we were bringing recreation back, and we wanted to be new and exciting, but we also knew how difficult it would be to get it, really established with the community. But Director Booker can, attest to how much she gets out into the community, and everyone knows her. And, there's so many people who have gone through the program that she has connection with, that I think it brings a lot to the table, and it highlights, recreation being a part of the city again. So I think that's one of the important aspects of what the city is doing, is getting it out into the community. And we will have a marketing campaign coming out. I don't know if you've seen the billboards. We've done billboards about city recreation. We'll have signage. And again, the day that we have for September 9th as our grand opening, to just make sure everybody knows that we are going to start programming out of Coffin Park. And we will, be in the neighborhoods and in the community to have all of the children, being brought and accessible to the city recreation. So, that's the main goal that we have, is to touch all of the kids in the community and make sure that they have an opportunity to participate in the recreational activities that we provide.
Yes, that sounds wonderful. Let's jump right into that, because I know, this is such a big opportunity. You are trying to get the word out. If somebody is interested, first of all, like, who would qualify? I mean, is it open for anybody? And how do you go about registering for basketball season, for example, coming up? Like, tell us about that.
Okay. So yes, we are open to everyone. And we not just open to city residents. We're open to anybody within the city of Brunswick, county of Glenn, that's interested in coming over and playing city recreation. We will. We have a new program. We have a new system that's coming up, and it's called Civic Rec. So, I don't know what happened. Oh, I'm
You're
sorry.
still there.
I can see you.
Okay, so yeah, so we do have a new program that we're going to be working out of, and it's called Civic Rec. So that will be all of our online registration for sports, for rentals, anything. You also can come into the office, and we also will have a registration form there that you can come in and sign up there as well. And so
Okay.
we'll be taking players, we're taking volunteer coaches, parents, just everybody, because as Ms. McDuffie said, we do want the community involved in everything that we do.
Okay, so the office is actually at the park, or is it at City Hall?
Oh, it's my office will actually be at Howard Coughlin Park.
Okay.
That's where our physical office is. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's 1402 Sunny Middle Way.
Okay.
And
Great.
give her the phone number. And also, we should have information on our website and on our Facebook page.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah, we'll try to maybe at the end put a screen up that says the number and the address, and so people will know exactly. And the website, people know exactly. So you can go to the city website as well and sign up, you're saying, or do you have to come physically to the office?
Well, what we'll do is with the city website, the system that we are going to try to launch out at the beginning of September, it will be connected to the city website. So you can go on the city website as well and register for there. You can also be able to, get some information about some of the things that we offer. So coming in the office is not the only way that you can register. You can register online.
Great. Okay. Good to know. What else? What are some special features that you think people should sort of look out for with all these improvements? I know it's a lot and you're sort of redoing everything, but is there one thing that sort of stands out in your mind?
Well, actually, in the recreation department, like I said, we will be working through some things, but I do know one thing that is in one of our parks that I think is going to be exciting and upcoming is our new splash pad that will be over in the Orange Park area. So that's one thing that I know that everyone can get excited about, because that is certainly new, and in that area, that's certainly new. So that is one thing that I'm excited about as well.
Great. And it stays warm here so long that, you can utilize that even in December, right? Some of the time.
Right. Yeah, it definitely stays warm here.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I think for me, the lighting, that's so important when you have outdoor recreation and sports. And our lighting was very old and, in disrepair. So the lighting of the ball fields and, just getting the fields where they are very well maintained is what our goal is. So we have a lot of work to do, but I think it's very exciting, and we're certainly thankful for the grant that we got from the state. That's going to, get us a long way down the road in terms of some of the improvements that we had already planned.
Yes, Yes, ma'am.
Yes, right, right. So tell us about the planning process. This whole thing has been in the works for a while, right? And obviously you couldn't really execute it until you had the grant. But how long have y'all been sort of pre-planning and planning for this
Well,
new?
I think, the city and county, after a while, city residents felt like the county facility was not as accessible as, was needed for people in the community. So we wanted to bring it back to an area where everyone can participate. We hope that all the downtown residents and everyone who lives around the park and in the city are able to come and enjoy recreational activities there. But this planning we started over a year ago, just talking about it once the sales tax was negotiated, and we determined that we would take recreation back to the city. Then the planning started at that point in time. I want to say that the county has been very cooperative. They have been very much assisting us in this transition process. We have a great relationship with them, and they have done just about everything we've asked for to help us through this process. So, I think our relationship with the county is well maintained, and we do want to stay close with them because the county's recreation program is an award-winning program, and we certainly want to make sure that our program provides the same level of opportunity and recreation that theirs do. So we will continue to work together with them to make sure that all of the resources in the county that we can put toward recreation will be collectively beneficial to all the residents.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Once again, we talked about this before, just that partnership, collaboration, the county working with the city, really teaming up and getting something done. It's great to see. There's so much negativity out there, and it's hard to control, and it's all over social media, and it can be frustrating. So these shows are so important to really show the positive impact that the city's making, the fact that the city is working with the county, everyone is cooperating. It's just wonderful to hear, and then wonderful to see. We're actually seeing, we can talk about it, but actually to see this park come together, because you'll drive by it. Everybody will have to, a lot of people have to drive by it and see whether it be the lights, Regina, that you're talking about, or the beautiful fields, or just the children playing. It's exciting. So we can't wait.
Yeah, I just want to again give a shout out to Bill Fallon, who the county manager, and also to Lisa Gaganis, this county recreation director, who has worked hand in hand with us throughout this season to make sure that things were done properly and that we were ready to transition the activities that we are bringing over. They are still running the football program for the fall season because we were not able to get, all of the equipment and things in place. So we, certainly are appreciative of them doing what they have done to support our efforts. But we also want to, just make sure we are fulfilling the needs in the community. And that's one of the reasons why, the city thought it was important to make sure that we had our own recreation program.
Right. And I like what you said about location. It's really, you need to make it, it needs to be in the city. It needs to be accessible to everybody, even walkable to a lot of people in the city as well. So, great ideas and great facility. What has been the biggest, what's been the response when all this is kind of being sort of rolled out and happening? Have you gotten, have the coaches stepped up? Are they excited to coach, or is it more the children and the youth excited about the different things coming up, or what have you seen?
I think for me, it's it's the actual adults, the coaches and the parents. They are definitely excited. And I think they are excited because they have come through the city recreation. And so their kids, they're just coming along, just wanting some programs to come. So definitely the parents and the coaches, they are definitely excited, ready to get on board to do whatever they can do to be able to let people know that city recreation is back. We have one coach that had been in recreation for pretty much probably as long as I have, about 36, 37 years. And he is ready to get out on foot, to go neighborhoods to neighborhood to let them know we are back. We are definitely back. So we definitely have a lot of excitement. And a lot of those people are working on the community for the grand opening event. So,
Okay, nice. Yes, very exciting. I know we did one interview with Mayor Cosby Johnson, and I think he was referring to when he grew up and he played there, and remembered the teams and had such a great experience and was so excited about this coming up. So, yes, he's just one example, but I know there are many others that are excited.
yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So yeah, we definitely had a lot of good, and not only just good people, but a lot of good athletes, a lot of good scholars that had definitely come through here, and they're excited to be able to come back. Some of them can't be here on the 9th, but some of them had shared that they would definitely be back on the Thanksgiving break and the Christmas breaks to be able to do whatever they can to talk to the kids and encourage them and let them know that it's nothing like having a after school program or a athletic program that will help you and that you can come back and be able to help someone. So I'm definitely excited for some of the older well, some of the millennials to be able to come back to explain their to explain their experience at the recreation department.
Yeah, and I think that's so important. Like I said, Miss Booker has, had a lot of people to come through the program. And I think, just have that institutional knowledge of how things were in the past. But it is always so important to have the people who have come through the recreation department or program come back and talk to the people, parents and kids that are in the program now, and show how impactful it has been. One of the things I want to do going forward is to start looking at some other programs, not only the athletics but some other programs that we can provide to the community, whether it be music or dance programs or theater programs, or and it may not be full-fledged year-long activities, but it will be something to get kids interested, or at least find out what their talents are, and give them the opportunity to explore themselves through our recreational programs.
Yes, ma'am. And just to tag team a little bit on what Ms. McDuffie just said, along with Mayor Cosby, and actually has a phone interview set up with Phil Morrison, and so he was going to talk to Mr. Morrison to see if that was something that he may think would be a good idea to be able to come in, and just kind of introduce music and instrument to the kids and stuff. So I'm really excited about the talk that we're going to have with Mr. Morrison's. We've also talked with some other teachers that's in the school system. They're willing to come in to work with some of the STEM through the gaming and all. So we're going to do that kind of sort of during the summertime to see if that's something that we can take past like summer camp and do like during the year. So we definitely are looking at some musical, just some other cultural programs, arts and stuff like that. So we're definitely excited about that as well.
Right. And I was going to say, along those lines, yeah, to offer music and the arts. And also a great time, you were mentioning the summer, to have a summer camp specifically for that and continue these, throughout the year, including summer. People are always looking for summer camps and summer activities that might be different than what they do during the year. So that's a great opportunity.
Yes.
Yes. Well, anything else y'all want to touch on?
Well, I think that kind of covers everything on recreation. We'll certainly make sure you get the flyers and information for our opening event, and hopefully, be able to highlight that during your programming. The only other things going on in the city, a few things, we got our new fire truck, which will be online at the end of the month. They are still doing training on that truck, but it will be on the streets in a couple of weeks, and it's really impressive. I mean, it's large. It's very, very shiny toy. So we hope to take really good care of it, and be able to support and help our community with that asset. Of course, Christmas will be here before we know it. So, we're starting to put up Christmas lights downtown next month. So we'll start, working on that. And we want to make the parade a special event. So we'll have probably a float that'll have, recreation and all of our activities kind of highlighted on it for the Christmas parade. And otherwise, we're working on the issues that are at hand, of course, dealing with the homeless issue that we have, and we continue to work. Again, the city and county are working very hard to address the needs of the community in that aspect, as well as developing a housing program within the city. And that's something probably next month I'll talk about, the housing program development that we're going through. So just a lot of activity as usual going on with the city. I want to mention, First Friday, I went to the last First Friday and it was phenomenal. I think, we had recreation there, a table set up, but it was so many people out, and I was just so glad to see people congregating and just a lot. I mean, it was just a very large crowd and just people from the community. You could tell people who were visiting here, a lot of residents. So it was just a wonderful activity. And, I think it helps us to showcase Brunswick through that activity and having people come downtown. So, I'm looking forward to the next First Friday, and we got a lot of events going on coming up. So still just a lot going on in the city of Brunswick, and just very excited about, people wanting to be in the community and interested in the community here.
Yes, I think Brunswick is becoming more and more and more. And I think First Friday is such an example of this. But like, a social scene, like an exciting place to come, not just a place to, do business. It's so much more than that. And it's really evolved. And I think like First Friday is such a great example especially with the music. All the information for the grand opening coming up September 9th. We'll put that on the screen, and any other information, we'll be sure to add that. So, and any other events you can think of that are up and coming, we can add a second screen with future events. And I can't believe Christmas is around the corner and y'all are already working on lights. That's crazy.
Yeah, we have to start early. There's a lot of light and there's a lot of intense labor that goes into it. And, we have to incorporate several of our departments, our public works, our fire department, our planning department. All of them work really hard to try and get that feature in place so that people can enjoy it during the Christmas season. So, and last year we were very successful in drawing, people to downtown. So we want to continue that going forward.
Yes. Brunswick is soon becoming just as much of a tourist destination as, say, the islands.
Well, and that's what we want. We want people to come here and come, from the islands when they're here, and be able to come downtown and enjoy themselves as well.
Yes, absolutely. That's exactly what it's all about. So, well, we thank you so much today for your time. This has been great information, Booker. Thank you for explaining everything that you've been doing for the new recreation department, and as the director, we thank you. And Ms. McDuffie, as always, thank you for joining us. And this is great information, and we look forward to next time.
Okay,
Thank you. Have a blessed day. Thank you.
Thank you. You too. Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.